again, thank you so much for being here and sharing this space. What's going on, Magic Fam? Welcome if you are returning. Shout out to those of you, my day oneers. I love you guys. Welcome if you are new to my channel. I am JasmineAten, Mystic at the Crossroads, your favorite witch here on YouTube's favorite witch. And we are going to talk about the 3 signs from the universe that what it is you're trying to manifest is getting ready to show up for you, okay? Before we get started, if you find any value, any content on this video, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get this video up to 200 likes. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, help your girl hit 100K so we can share all of this amazing love energy for creation and manifesting with the conscious collective. So you've been working on manifestations, have you? And you are waiting for them to come through. You are wondering, are you seeing signs from the universe? How do you know? Well, these 3 signs are one of very many, and these are actually extremely common, but some signs that some people may not realize are actual ways that the universe is getting ready to deliver and trying to align you with what it is that you are creating to get you to the level in your life you're trying to be. Number 1, and this one in particular throws a lot of people off. Believe it or not, number 1 sign from the universe that what you're asking for is getting ready to manifest is you start losing. Things start changing. Things start leaving you. You start seeing a shift and a change and losing things, people, places, and situations. I know it sounds counterintuitive, and it actually sounds like the opposite of what we're trying to do. We're trying to create and bring more into our life, not lose anything. But what you have to understand is when you are tapping into universal energy to create a positive change, right? To level up, to get to where you want to be, you have to be willing to let something go. There has to be room. There has to be space made in your life in order for those new opportunities to come. And chances are, if where you are right now is in alignment with where it is you're trying to go, you wouldn't still be manifesting it. You would already be there. So that automatically tells you, if you feel like you're stuck or you're having a hard time trying to get from where you are to where it is you want to be, that tells you that there is something that needs to be let go of. There's other things as well, but oftentimes there's things that we need to let go of because it's taking up space, it's taking up room, it's holding us back, it's preventing our growth. It's just not serving us anymore. And the even more challenging part to all that is oftentimes it's the very thing, situation, place, person that we're trying to hold on to the most. So when you are on the brink of elevation, the brink of change, the brink of your life leveling up, oftentimes people will lose a number of things. A job being one of them. Workplace, job is a big one. And this can be very unexpected sometimes. Sometimes it isn't. It can be very jarring. Now, no, it doesn't mean that you're going to just walk into work and get fired on the spot. But if you are, for example, trying to manifest more money, maybe you're like, you know what? I'm setting a 1-year goal. I want to buy a house and I need to double my income next year for the next, the next phase of my life, right? And you're working at a job that there's not much room to grow. There's, even if you got a raise, it wouldn't be very much. There's no real place to promote to. The job just, it is what it is, right? And you doubling your income or purchasing a home is just not going to happen with this job. Sometimes people will petition, they'll try to do spiritual work to get a raise at their job or a bonus or get a second job. And instead, what ends up happening is the job you have just gets taken. And again, doesn't mean you're just going to get blatantly fired, right? Your company may downsize. Your position may not be needed at the company. They may up and relocate. I mean, there's 1,000 reasons why, right? But at the end of the day, you will be removed, or it will be removed from you. You will be taken out of that situation. Now, as stressful as that may feel and seem, and it's like, God, I'm trying to buy a house and now I just lost my job. Believe it or not, had that situation not happened, then you probably wouldn't have had that fire, that push to start a new business. You maybe would not have ever updated your resume and posted it. You may not have ever went online and found another job that is paying a higher salary that you're actually qualified for, and got yourself into a company or a position that has the capability of giving you a salary for you to make those dreams of home ownership come true. You see what I'm saying? Whenever there is something that is taken away or a chapter that is closed, you have to really remember that there is always going to be something following, trailing right behind it. And if you're asking for change, you're asking for something new, you have to be willing to let go of something. That's the same thing. Sometimes people lose relationships, friends, you start changing, you start elevating, you're going into a different direction in your life, your perspective, everything about you is just changing. And there may be people in your life who just don't understand that, and they're not moving at the same pace, or they're not growing, or they don't even have the same vision that you have. And yes, we may love them, but in actuality, having these individuals around us can be very blocking, both energetically blocking. Sometimes people feel some type of way when they see a person growing and they're not saying that they're deliberately trying to throw shade, but it happens, right? And you're just outgrowing these relationships. I see it a lot with my clients and students where they stop talking to family members. I mean, of course, it's your family, you don't want that, but it also, if they're not supportive of you, if you're trying to go in a certain direction to elevate, and when you're sharing your good news, you're getting met with, feedback that's not supportive, well, then that energy is going to end up blocking you. Same thing happens for relationships. I can't tell you how many times I talk to people that they're doing spiritual work, they're burning candles, they're casting spells, they're trying to manifest a marriage proposal, they want to be married, they've been waiting for a ring for 5 years, and then all of a sudden their relationship falls apart, and they're like, wait a minute, the law of attraction isn't working, this isn't what I wanted, I'm trying to get married, and my boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever dumps me. Yeah. And then 6 months later, you meet somebody else and you're engaged, and you get the whole 9, right? So as much as you may have wanted to hold on to that person, that situation was not conducive or supportive to getting you to where you want to be. The law of attraction, the law of vibration, if you just watch my last video, but when you are working with universal laws in general and you are trying to manifest change, you have to be willing to make room. I always say, if you don't make a decision, one will be made for you. And oftentimes we kind of already know what we need to let go. We just have a hard time doing it or don't want to. And then when it's time for that boom, what you've been asking for to hit, you just get stripped away. So again, it can be upsetting at first, but you have to remind yourself it is to open up the doors of opportunity and change. Something better, even though it may not seem like it at the time, something better will follow through, will sort of come in right behind it, and it will end up being exactly what it is that you've always wanted. Okay, the second sign that what you're trying to manifest is getting ready to be delivered is you will start to feel a bit of excitement and less worry. You will come to a place of being very peaceful, where you're no longer questioning, you're no longer wondering, you're no longer just this need of, is it going to come? I want to do this. But you're almost at a sense of peace. You almost start, it's almost an anxiety, but from a good sense of feeling like something's about to happen. Like, I don't know what it is, but I can feel it's about to happen. And you have come to a place of what they call least resistance, right? It's no longer a worry. It's a positive anxious that I know it's getting ready to line up. I can feel something's getting ready to shift and happen. And now it's just a matter of time before it shows up. So that I want energy starts to shift to, I know, I can feel it, it's coming. I'm excited, I'm anxious, but I'm excited and anxious from a positive, anticipative space versus a worried, if, when, who, how space, okay? The third sign from the universe that what you're trying to manifest is getting ready to come through is you will start finding yourself meeting or coming across or literally being handed to you and brought to you the resources that you need to help you get to where it is you're trying to go. So an example of that, still using the doubling the income and purchasing a home, right? So let's say you have been burning candles and you've been working with your, whatever your spiritual work is, right? Really petitioning for this new change of your life to happen. You know home ownership is important to you, but you know that you need what? Money, credit, right? And you get invited to a friend's birthday party. And it just so happens you meet somebody there that does credit repair, right? And you're like, oh, really? You know what? I need you. I've been needing somebody to help me with my credit. You see what I'm saying? The resources you need will start to show up. Back to the first example, you may have got let go of your job, but then you end up getting hired with a company that is a better salary, that offers bonuses, that gives overtime, that there's room to grow after a certain period. So whatever it is that you need to support you to get to whatever that is you're trying to create for yourself, you'll start to see the universe, you'll start to see that help coming, you'll start to see those resources show up, which is why I stress and I tell people all the time, please be open-minded. Please be willing to explore things that may show up in an unconventional way. When we are trying to manifest, we all get very stuck on, we want this and it has to come this way, and step 1, 2, 3, 4, and if it doesn't look like it's showing up that way, or if the box we're being presented isn't in a pretty little gift wrap, we tend to not want it. We don't go in that direction. We don't even want to, I don't even want that present. That can't be it. It ain't even coming. And you could potentially miss out on an opportunity, okay? Opportunities show up in the most mysterious ways, and I'm pretty sure you would agree. If you do, type agree in the comment box. Have you ever wanted something or tried to manifest something and you had in your mind a certain way that you thought or you wanted it to show up, and you ultimately still got it, but it did not come at all the way you thought it was? Has that ever happened to you? If it has, type agreed, because I know even with me, even my candle magic, I have tried to manifest, not tried, I have manifested things and they came, they just didn't come in the direction or the avenue that I thought that they were supposed to come. And looking back, they actually came at a way that was very unexpected, but also a lot easier and beneficial and better. So just again, please be very, very open-minded. I'll tell you guys something really quickly. This was years and years and years ago. I went to my girlfriend's doctor's appointment, who she was pregnant at the time. So we went to like ultrasound, all that stuff. And I'm just going to be supportive with my girl for her visit. And somehow, one way or the other, I ended up in a conversation with her doctor. By the end of the conversation, the doctor was literally offering me a job. You know, somehow we got on the topic of, I used to work in OBGYN and this and that. And she was literally like, okay, do you have a resume? Because I've been trying to hire a clinical manager, and she pretty much was like, if you send me your resume, do you need a job? Like, I can give you a job. I need you to work here. And I mean, I didn't take it. I was grateful, of course. But what I'm saying to you is, I went to support my girlfriend at her doctor's appointment and end up walking out of her doctor's appointment offered a job, right? If I had been looking for a job at the time when I used to work in OBGYN, that would have been a great opportunity. I wasn't, but it just goes to show that opportunities show up in ways, shapes, and forms, and just ways you would very least expect it, through avenues and channels of people, places, circumstances, and situations that you probably weren't banking for, because I for sure did not burn no candle asking for my friend's doctor to hire me, but that was just the universe saying, hey, you want another avenue to make some money? Here you go. So just be open-minded. Last but not least, I will leave you guys with, when you are working on attracting things and creating things, say yes more than you say no. You get invited somewhere, be open-minded to go. Unless it's an event or a function that you're just totally like, this isn't my thing, or you just really don't have time in your schedule, start saying yes to things more than you say no, because you don't know where that invitation may lead you, who you may be in front of, who you might end up meeting, what opportunity that could come about. Finances especially, even when trying to manifest a loving relationship or a love partner, you have no idea where you might meet that person. You may be, petitioning the universe because you want to buy a house, and somehow you end up having to move out of your apartment. No, you weren't looking to move into or you were ready to purchase, but the building got sold. You know what I mean? Your apartment flooded or whatever. And you end up relocating, and now you happen to move downstairs from your future forever person. I know that may be kind of a wild example, but the fact of the matter is things like that happen, and it happens all the time. So be open-minded, trust the process, understand that whatever changes and however the changes come, it is going to be okay. It's going to work out for your highest good as long as you practice keeping your vibration in alignment. I just did a video on that, so be sure to go back and watch it. Everything that you are trying to create for yourself is guaranteed to show up. May not show up in the way you thought it would, but ultimately it's going to come, and it's going to be to help elevate you to the best version of yourself. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I'm trying to get these videos out when I have time to sit down and like record and connect with you guys. If you have any video topics that you want me to discuss, if you have any questions that you would like a video response to, please leave it down in the comment below. Be sure to connect with me on all of my social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. My website, if you'd like to book a private coaching session, reading, or consultation, all of that juicy connecting information will be down in the description box below. I love you so much.